Hi, my name is Yasu from Japan, and in my video I do hitorigoto, which means talking to myself in Japanese. And basically I'm just simply sharing what's going on in my life and with myself. And then today I want to follow up one of the topic that I talked about previously, that there's a video me answering the question, which is why do you make videos on your YouTube channel in both Japanese and English. And then in that video I talked about the method that I introduced to those people who ask me how to learn English and Japanese are now different from how I responded to those people before 2022. So this video is about what I introduced to those people who want to learn foreign languages now. And I want to provide some tips and then so on based on my experience with learning Chinese and Korean right now. So the conclusion part is basically what you need is, get an app called Duolingo. You don't need to pay, it's a free app. And then also you need to use ChatGPT and then also Instagram. And basically that's it. And then you just keep using it, and then your brain will get used to, let's say, the Japanese language. I'm just gonna simply assuming that you wanna learn Japanese, and then I'm gonna talk about it as if you want to learn and study Japanese. But it's really applicable for any languages, because that's exactly what I'm doing for my Korean and Chinese languages. So before 2022, when people asked me how to learn Japanese, I told them that simply meet up people who can only speak Japanese, and then hopefully you're gonna fall in love with them, and then you guys get together, and so that to enhance the relationship and everything, you'll be pushed and forced to use English, and that's just gonna simply the best solution ever, because you have motivations. You want to get to know the people that, not people, but the person that whom you love in that language, and then you will just do your best to learn Japanese, and then that's the fastest and the most efficient way to learn Japanese, both speaking, listening. But in terms of the writing and then reading, it doesn't. Reading could be, that's possible, but like not the writing part though. But now, since 2023, I don't do recommend that part, because a lot of factors of what I proposed before 2022 is out of control for most of the people. So it's better for people to focus on what we can control, which is download the app called Duolingo. It's a free AI-based language learning app, which I've been using it, and just start using the app because it's so easy and it's cute, and one session usually takes only a few minutes to complete, so you don't get overwhelmed, and then you can just simply keep doing it every day, which I personally recommend, so that you can get used to the character of those Japanese words, and then you can learn, your brain can get used to the Japanese characters like kanji, katakana, and hiragana. I assume the app contains those three different Japanese characters, and then eventually your brain will start making sense of everything. So you can actually accumulate the number of the vocabulary in Japanese, as well as the sentences that could be used potentially in your social context and everything. But of course, communications are more like the freestyle, and that's when ChatGPT comes in. So every day, if you learn new words, you just simply type those Japanese words. Like you can just simply say when you wake up, Ohayo. And then ChatGPT would actually say Ohayo, maybe Ohayo gozaimasu. And then most likely ChatGPT says that 何か助けることはできますか? How can I help you? That kind of things. And then you can just try put those Japanese words that you can come up with and learn. And then if you don't know how to answer, if you don't have time to spend, you just simply just ignore. You can ignore. But just what I recommend is just keep using them for only a few minutes every day so that your brain can really get used to it. It's like a kind of like the compound interest effect. I think it's really the same thing for the language learning as well in brain. And then the other factor is that I highly recommend you to use the Instagram. So whenever you take a picture in your daily life, and taking picture, I assume that you like those kind of things. Like for me, I love going to cafe, drinking coffee. I love puddings, and then nowadays my hobby is going travel by myself and taking pictures, and then I post them, and I hashtag in those different languages, and I try to use that languages as much as possible, so that those language has memory association with the specific images, which is going to help me or help people to easily accessible to those certain keywords or certain sentences whenever something relevant comes up during the conversations that you have, or when you remember something. And that's really the best way. And also when it comes to Instagram, it's a video or like the picture-based communication and community. So as long as you put the right hashtag, and then sometimes I think most of the times like maybe spam or fake accounts kind of like likes your post and try to contact you, but just ignore everything. But when someone gives you a comment saying that, oh, such a beautiful place, or like, oh, I want to try that coffee that you posted, which really gives you a lot of encouragement, that makes you want to actually feel, oh, I want to post those pictures in a description. I know I want to write what I actually enjoy in Japanese words. And it might take some time for you to come up with it on your own. So ChatGPT, again, you can actually use it and help it to get you some ideas how to describe it. And also, like, meanwhile, if you keep using Duolingo, it's going to help you to accumulate more number of the vocabularies in Japanese. And it's just a big cycle. It's a slow cycle, but it would create a compound effects, and then by the time you realize that, you get to really understand a lot of Japanese words more easily, and then most likely you will actually use the sentences that you write in those description of the posts on your Instagram, which is gonna be more easy for you to communicate and bring the topics and then so on. So that's what I recommend people to do nowadays when they want to learn Japanese or the other languages. But there is one big downside, which is that in terms of speaking and in terms of listening, it doesn't work. So that part you still need to in some way more actively engage in the communication with people, either like those online videos, or preferably I recommend personally that engage people in the real life and use those languages, and in your case Japanese. And based on your personality, you might feel hesitated, you might feel not comfortable, but that's outputting in the speaking and also the learning part. you actually need to do so at this point. However, I think in terms of the AI, I think soon, really soon, the AI part is going to be help people to learn foreign languages, speaking wise and then listening wise. And then a lot of people say that those um, translations and interpretations, everything will be replaced by AI, which I also believe as well. But also the real-time communications in different languages directly, and then also the memory and experience associated with those specific different languages, it's very valuable. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, that whenever I speak English and whenever I speak Japanese, I can really feel the different kind of personality come up, and then which I really like. And then in some way it's confusing, but in other way, that's actually the advantage that I have different system to support me as a whole. So nothing is more valuable than actual real experience in my view. So hopefully this method, if you're interested, please try and then let me know how you think about it. I think it works for now. There's a lot of things needs to be improved, but the technology is becoming more advanced and advanced. So as long as you kind of get used to this basic model, and then the AI can once start providing people to learn in terms of speaking and then listening them, you can easily integrate that into your life or learning methods, and then probably you're going to be able to speak more different languages with the different people in the world. So hopefully that's going to be helpful, and then that's really one of the rare videos that I don't really talk about my health issues, which I feel much better. But still, please take care of yourself. Health is important. So thank you for watching my video, and then if you feel like it, please subscribe to my channel. So for now, じゃあね、bye. Bye.